Now let me introduce Mayor Burton. Without his support and good advice, and architectural advice as well, we would not have been here today.
Thank you very much, Sam. This is an interesting project. The roots of this predate any role of mine on town council or as mayor. I kind of arrived at the climax of this. And curious thing about the Municipal Act is it says that one of my jobs, it's a very curious act, everyone should read it. One of my jobs is to give advice. And one of my first pieces of advice in the discussions about could we put the controversy and the fight behind us, one of my first pieces of advice was, well, could you get a different architect? And my goodness, they did. And you buyers, you are very, very heartening to me, because I must have said the right thing, or surely you would have been revolted. But instead, you were attracted. And here we are in the aftermath of a recession, which by the way, very largely skipped Oakville. Yeah. And here we are, we're about to go. So I congratulate all of my friends and neighbors who've shown such good taste in buying units here. Without a word of a lie, many of the people here are friends and neighbors of mine. And I hope it was nothing I said back in the neighborhood.
We're glad they're moving to Ward 1.
Well, Ward 1, you know, is one of the more attractive places in our town. Ward 1 has, or Bronte, as I prefer to call it, has one of our two beautiful harbors. And it's our harbors that give us our brand, our identity. I mean, I don't think anybody, there's three things you could know Oakville for if you were out of Oakville. You could know us for the Canadian Open, you could know us for our harbor and scenic views, or you could know us for the Ford plant. I'd just as soon know us for our harbors and those beautiful views. The last time I called I'll tell you why I don't identify with golf. I called the head of Glaxo, and I asked him if he would buy a foursome to my next mayor's invitational golf tournament. And I said, well, no. He said, yes, I will. And he said, are you playing around again? And I learned to play golf when I became mayor. And I said, well, no, I'm not going to play around this time. My bank, the TD, has been really kind, and they've agreed to sponsor a 19th hole. And you come off the course, I'll give you a cocktail, a canapé, some conversation, and wouldn't that be nice? And he said, are you sure you're not going to play around? And I said, no, I'm much more comfortable. Besides, I've learned that you golfers don't really like slowpokes ahead of you. And he said, well, if you're sure that you're not going to play around, I'll buy 2 foursomes. Because I was the foursome behind you last year. So, I hope with that warm-up that you will accept from me the following bit of news. You know that Oakville is, for all practical intents and purposes, a city. But we call ourselves a town. And former Mayor Barrett often says, we act like a village. I hope it's the nicer kind of acting like a village. But we insist on calling ourselves a town because it's a warmer and friendlier word. And we, frankly, don't really want to be known as a cold, hard, bustling city. And we, being warm and friendly people, we speed newcomers to swift success as members of our community with our warm and friendly welcome. And those of you who have bought units here who didn't already live in Oakville, and I hear there are some of you, you're going to experience that warm and friendly welcome as you move in. And I'm also sure that our vibrant community that's springing to life all around us as a result of the new official plan, which we finalized in June, is going to be a vibrant community around here of restaurants, shops, galleries, and lots of public access to the water. There is more public access to the water here than in Old Oakville. Because 100 years ago in Old Oakville, the practice was to hand over big chunks of the waterfront for 99-year leases for $1 a year to private clubs. And the result is that it's very hard to get to the water unless you belong to one of those clubs. Here, we have a completely different, more democratic and more accessible vision. And I'm confident from the time I spend here that you will have chosen to live here partly because of that different, more accessible attitude that we have here. The Council of the Town of Oakville and I have been working very hard for the last 3 years to deliver on the promises we made, and we made a bunch. And I'm delighted to tell you that because of the teamwork and the collaboration that this council works together with, we have now completed every significant promise that we made. And we are pretty proud of ourselves. And I have to tell you that this is a wonderful group of people, and they're just like you. They come from all walks and all directions. We have a Muslim, we have a Francophone, we have women, we have men, we have youngsters, we have old people, we have a former police chief. We have a wide variety. We've caught up on our community facilities. We've built more in this term than were built in the last 20 years. And our tax rate is still the 5th lowest of the 26 GTA communities. So welcome to the shores, to Oakville and Bronte. We hope that the new people will bring new ideas that will help us improve Oakville even more. We hope that everyone will get and stay involved. And we've learned, working together on council, that when our town works together with energy and creativity and imagination, the only direction for Oakville is onward and upward. Welcome and thank you.
For the wonderful golf story. Enjoy that. So ladies and gentlemen, just before we proceed to the actual ceremony of breaking the ground, where I'll invite you all to join us outside for that, you all know I'm in sales. And I can't resist a captive audience. So this is where I want to tell you that we are now registering people who are interested to know more about our fabulous Glendella, which we are about to restore and which we are designing into 2 magnificent townhomes, and we will be launching these 2 townhomes shortly. So if you or your friends are interested, don't forget to register at the front desk. Also too, I know we have some people here today who are considering making the shores their future home, and I just want to tell you that we have a really balanced range of suites available that would include 1+ dens, 2 bedrooms, 2+ dens, and indeed some grand terraces ranging right across the board from the 300s to 1.6 million. So there's something for everyone. And for our future homeowners, can I just take a moment to remind you that we do have our Make a Friend, Refer a Friend, and Make a Good Neighbor program, which gives you 1% of your purchase price off your purchase price, plus that of the friend you introduce. So there is a form at our front desk. If any of you want to think about that, we'd love you to think about that. And that takes us, ladies and gentlemen, to our ceremony. So can I please ask everybody to join us outside, and we're going to do the photographs and do the official thing. Thank you again.
All right, I think that's pretty good. So I know I'm looking for trouble. On 3, oh.
I'm sorry, I'm just...
We can start this again?
No, I just want to...
Yeah. Well, that's pretty wide.
That's good, that's good.
I can't get everybody in.
It's better there. Does that work?
Yeah, okay. All right, I guess on 3, just sort of toss the dirt towards this way.
Not too far.
This is, okay, that's the line in the sand. This is a heavy camera, so... Okay, ready? Okay, go. 3, 2, 1, fire! Do one more time,
Somebody throw it pretty far.
But throw it a little bit lower, because when you throw it up, it's just right in your face. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was good. Very good.
Thank you. Ours won't be the best one.